Well, for me, I was a prosecutor for 15 years. So I started with the Cook County State's Attorney. So I prosecuted everything from a child support case to first-degree murder. Ooh. So I've been in the courtroom for a while, so I've seen it all. I mean, you got some prosecutors that are tough, some prosecutors, are not as tough. But, the prosecutor has a lot of discretion. So that's what people don't get. So it all depends on who you're going in front of. And that's why diversity is always important because, diversity helps change the game. I'm not saying you got to cutting everybody breaks or being lenient and all that. But, in my mind, I got family and friends that, got felonies in their background. Mm-hmm. So I know firsthand how hard it is to, come back from that. So that's why as a prosecutor, I always make sure if it was something I could do, I would be the first one to talk to a victim and say, hey, it's a young kid, you mad? Is it okay with you? Because you always got to check with the victims first. Right. Is it okay if we reduce these charges and get this kid a chance before we just, go ahead, whether it's a felony or whatever? So that was one thing I've always made sure I did. And I tried to, now some cases I've been, don't get me wrong, some stuff is just bad where you can't do nothing and it is what it is. But for those that, we can work with the victim and if they happy, we get them happy and everyone's happy, then I ain't had no problem always reducing charges or giving someone a chance just so, so they ain't got to go down that path.
Speaking of reducing charges, right? No, speaking of reducing charges, right? This is what I want to know. Do judges be like, are y'all forced to let someone go maybe on a penalty on a lighter case, for political reasons or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, Cook County is huge, but it's not, no one's ever said anything like that. There's all kind of your own personal discretion. I mean, technically the state's attorneys, they're the ones who, they bring the charges to you, so they kind of make those decisions. But, the judges, you kind of set the tone for the courtroom, so people kind of follow your lead. If you're a tough, stringent judge and, you don't have, at the end of the day, you get to make decisions if you're going to accept what they bring to you or not. So you kind of set the tone in what you're going to accept, and attorneys kind of feed off that.
So I got a two-part question. I appreciate that. I got a two-part question with one for you and one actually for Jody. So, when it comes to I'm just gonna be blatant with the corruption that you may see